Indeed. What up?
Oh man, all sorts of fun things going on. Not really.
Such as.
So, I don't know. I don't know how close you guys pay attention to the Forestry Service's management of the Mark Twain National Forest. Anybody?
That's going to be not very much.
Shocking. I'm just.
I think Aaron probably less so.
Yeah, definitely not.
Okay.
What sounds like it's going to be a recurring segment on our show of keeping everybody up to date on wildlife codes. It is now illegal to shoot feral hogs in the Mark Twain National Forest in Missouri.
Oh, yeah. You were saying something about this the other day.
Yeah. And so because they did that, the department has now gone, we are fully behind you. And so we've been getting some rollout about what that looks like. And basically it entails you will get put on a 50-person crew, and there'll be 3 crews in rotation at all time. And you'll work for 7 days. Then you will go back to 2 weeks for your normal work routine, and then you will go back on for 7 days, and then you'll repeat that 5 times. And then the job duties are very illustrious. Let me tell you.
I can only imagine the excitement that is in this. It involves sitting in a wood, freezing to death, especially this time of year. Nice and hot outside.
Yeah.
Yep, but it's year round. It's year round, so it's nonstop.
Oh, so you're either boiling alive or freezing to death.
Yeah.
How exciting.
Yeah. So the job duties. I'll get those out real quick. Job duties include.
I would like to know what you were supposed to do whilst in a wood.
Okay.
The copse, if you will.
Well, so before you get into said wood, you must build the traps.
Oh, you're trapping them.
Yes.
Oh,
like a bunch of wildlife people with firearms. So that's
that is part of it. So you must build traps. You must also do the bait. So you've got to do all the fermenting and all of that stuff with the bait. Then you have the setting up of traps, the monitoring of traps, the replacement of traps, and then you have what was described to me, and this is personally my favorite job duty, and I am all about this one. Imagine wandering around in the Ozark Hills by yourself with a GPS unit to take GPS points of feral hog feces.
No.
Neat.
No.
Because I was I was like, are they going to give me a firearm? Because I don't want to run across some feral hogs or bears or mountain lions or crazies in the Ozark Hills.
Meth cooking facilities or
pot growing locations.
Yeah, or massive marijuana groves, or let's be honest, moonshine stills.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I don't think they've really thought that through, because
I think you at least need a partner for that.
No, it's solid. Right now it's solitary work, so you can cover more ground.
Whoa.
Now, I have many questions about this.
Yeah. Me too.
First of all, how often do you think one needs to check on the said hog trap? First of all, I guess the first question should be, what type of trap are we talking about?
I think they're implementing several of them, but the big one is going to be those big round pins.
Okay.
You've probably seen. They bait them. The problem with those is that hogs are very hard to to kill because they learn so quickly. So any one method you can't overuse in a small geographic region.
Well, my follow-up question was going to be, how often do you have to check these? Because hogs are very large, and so that means that the trap that you have set for them will just catch all manner of things, right? Like lots of things can get hog-sized traps. Like,
yes, but if they're smaller, if it's a deer, well, I mean, deer will probably be able to jump over.
Maybe.
And then
what about when you catch bobcats or mountain lions?
They can probably
bears.
Yeah, it's that kind of stuff. I'm sure they'll be monitored with like video so that you can check on them remotely that way. But I don't know. I am not a feral hog-ologist.
That is definitely not going to happen because we are talking about live feed video surveillance is a rather expensive endeavor, and they want to save money by sending people out into the wood one at a time.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go with no. You're not gonna get live.
Yeah.
You're just gonna have to drive in a circle all day.
That's probably what it's gonna be. Yeah.
Every couple hours.
Yeah, and I don't know. Again, I don't know how it's gonna work, but so that'll be rolling out soon, and for all of the hunters out there, which it's kind of open season on hogs as long as you have like an open, an unused tag for a deer. So if you're out deer hunting and you see a hog, you can shoot it and use your deer tag for that. I think that's how it's going to work, but I'm not a conservation agent, so I'm not 100% sure on that. But they're trying to walk a middle line of still allowing people to hunt with a tag, but without formalizing it into you buying a feral hog tag. It's more of an opportunistic take.
Fascinating.
Yeah. So
I don't know. I feel. I know that you had mentioned over Thanksgiving that one of the reasons that they stopped the just legitimate, literally open season when you could go and do whatever is that they didn't want it to become a commercial operation, right?
Yeah.
So you mentioned that because I said people just go out and do that. They just go out and like, hey, what are you doing this weekend? Oh, I'm going to go shoot some hogs, maybe, right? There's a thing people do, and is it a problem? Do people do? Because with other invasive species in other areas of the country, that's not a thing, right? So with like the people that just go out and just murder Asian carp in like the Illinois River, for example, they're not worried like, oh man, someone's going to keep growing that, because everyone that goes out and does that is like, yo, these things are bad. And I think everybody agrees that hogs are the actual worst. So is it a problem? Like, well, I don't know. Again, I am not an outdoorsman. Okay? Like, I don't know the answer to these things, which is why I'm asking. Like,
yeah. Well, I think, I will tell you this, is that the big people that are behind and pushing back against this are the hog doggers. And that's the guys who get together with their dogs and run the hogs. Gosh, yes. Dogs and hogs, right? So, and to them, it is a sport. It is a sport. It is a hunting opportunity. Yeah. And so there is, anytime you start getting into that mentality, it's always said that hunters are some of the greatest conservationists whenever you're working well, and because they want to be able to continue doing that hunt. They want to be able to always go out and hunt mallards and shoot turkey. Like, so they're going to, most of the time, they're going to be behind you when you get around the initiatives. So if there's something fun to kill and it becomes a sport, they're going to want to continue to do that as long as they can. So there is that concern of continual feral hog release to bolster the population to spread. And then what they push back and they say is, well, so, yes, but we're hunting them to keep their so we're also keeping their populations low, and we're going. We don't want their populations low. We want their populations non-existent. And when you start talking about that, all of a sudden you go. Then the other side goes. So you're trying to take away my hunting opportunity and my fun. Why are you ruining my fun? And you go.
Okay.
Yeah. So. Yeah, it would be nice if there was no sport attached to it, and you said every Ozark hillbilly with a gun go into the woods right now and kill as many hogs as you can find. That's very different than the hog dogging mentality of the sportsman behind it. Okay. Mass murder of open season, different than a huntsman kind of mentality.
Yeah, because most of the again, I imagine that's an extra niche thing because, like, I live in this part of Missouri and I don't know anybody that does that. And, like, people have lots of dogs here. The coon hunting is a thing that happens. But, like, most, like, other hunter people that I am aware of, which is, like, literally everyone else that's here, not named me, apparently. It's like they're the worst. I hate them. They're because they like mess up deer habitat and they run all the deer off and they're eating all the turkey's food and stuff. So like, I think the majority of the people are like against, like, they do want the eradication of the menace hog, right? But again, I'm not exactly plugged into these things because I don't outdoor really. I don't shoot things. I can't be bothered. And it's too cold, and I'm too impatient and loud, so I can't do that. But yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Interesting. I am curious to see how the just lone ranger wandering the woods with not but a GPS to protect them from the wild animals and insurgent bear population in Southwest Missouri. That's a good plan. I really, man. What a great plan they have discovered there.
Yeah. So, and there's, it's a whole big mess. And when this rolls out, I mean, they're already trying to push some media outlets to start running it. And you're going to hear a lot more about it, but it'll be fun. So I've got
something.
I don't know exactly when they're going to start rolling that out or how that's going to look for employees, but it is definitely not a volunteer opportunity. Go.
Good grief, that's crazy.
Yeah, and it's department wide, so
I mean, you would think they would start with like a task force, right? Like, but that's nuts. Like, literally everyone.
It'll be an all hands on deck, and basically we'll be setting aside effectively 150 employees for 5 weeks, for 5 week segments.
So I know this is an insane question. And I imagine that nobody has done this, but I'm going to ask it anyway. Has anybody talked to, like, I don't know, the Texas Department of Conservation that has been fighting this battle for literal years and is making zero headway at all?
Yeah, I would assume that they are. Again, what they are running into is Google Texas hog hunts. And
I know that they have been, but like I know that's a thing, right? It's like that is a sporty thing.
Yeah,
so that's why I was
first hit helicopter hog hunting in Texas, Sky Hunter outfit.
So I do know that, like, what a lot of people do is that they actually do that for money. Like, that's how they make their income. Is that a lot of people like import hogs from other places down to Texas. And then people have these ranches and farms down there that are like, yeah, this is how I make my money, is that I have people bring me hogs and then I let people hunt the hogs on my land. And so I know like that's kind of one way they combat it, is that they have like these, what's the word? Like hunting, I mean they're hunting ranches essentially, but they like these places are huge, and yeah, they charge them for the helicopter ride, they charge them for the weekend, and then they're like, all right, shoot as many, or they give them like their own little limit, and that's what they do. That's one way a lot of the communities down there make money, is that people just import hogs from Oklahoma, Missouri, Arkansas down to Texas, because there's sometimes you can see them on the highway. I think sometimes like down on Interstate 44 here through Oklahoma, is that they have these big trailers, and there's no cattle in them. There's hogs. Is that they brought them? Some people bought them from some place in Arkansas, and they'll just ship them down to Texas, and that's what they do, is that they'll just put them on a ranch somewhere, and then you spend like a few $1,000s to either go out like in a safari hunt where they put you like literally in a Jeep, or you take a helicopter ride. Yeah. And that's one way to, I don't want to say combat like the menace that is the hogs, because they're just shipping them from somewhere else.
Yeah.
But I mean that is a legitimate business that a lot of people have. And like there's a really fascinating mini documentary that I watched about it, and people are like, yeah, I was in the oil business, but when the oil dried up, I didn't have anything, and so what money I had left, I put it into well, they said hog conservation, but it's literally, I buy hogs and they ship them down to me, and then that's how I make my money, is that I let people hunt them.
That's so weird.
It's insane.
Like, first of all, again, as a non-sportsman, okay, I know I'm looking at this from an odd angle, but like, when you think about going on a hunting excursion, right? Generally, people that do these are, like, in my mind, at least, it's like the majestic animals that you're trying to like hunt, right? Or like difficult to find animals. So like when you think about people like Teddy Roosevelt, even like big horn sheep hunting, or like elk hunting, or moose hunting, these type of things, like there is like a certain romance attached to that thing. Or like you brought up the safari hunting, right? Like I don't get it. That's not something that I would do, but like the old timey like wild wildebeest or something like that. But like, can we be serious here? It's a hog, right? That's like not cool at all. So like, I don't know why you would want.
So I know that a lot of people like what they have a tendency of doing is that like the trap that Colin has, or that they're going to be doing up there, is that they they capture them and then they pretty much corral them. And then they try to legitimately like fatten them up, and so you're pretty much trying to shoot or hunt like the largest hog possible.
Yeah.
And so it's a commercial business down there.
That's crazy.
And like like you, and like there's some rules. I got to look at what the actual like Department of Wildlife for Texas is, but you just literally pay people money, and like some of that money goes to the family, some money goes to community, some of the money goes into hiring people to bring the hogs down. And so it's a legitimate business.
That's great. And like what trophy does one harvest from a hog? Because like most other animals, there's some sort of like mountable appendage, right? Like a horn.
So like
some antler,
tusks.
Yeah, I mean, you can get the head,
the boar head,
pretty much from like the neck down. Like if the tusks are big, or if it's just like a big hog in general, like that's a win. That's a prizable trophy. Some people like cutting the tail off. It's weird, but like but like the meat's not bad. And then you take the meat and you send it to some local barbecue place and they cook it for you.
Well, but again, deer, that happens with deer. So I don't know. It's just weird. I don't know. It's a weird thing to be like, yo, I'm gonna do that. Like, what? It's not even like a cool thing. It's like a bet, I don't know. It's a very weird problem to have, right? Like,
yeah.
I don't.
Yeah, I think part of it too is just the size of the animals that you can get. Like if you stumble across something, like Texas, I think their population in Texas was something over 3 million pigs.
Yeah.
And so if you stumble across a herd moving through with 40, 50, 100 pigs in it, you can just get your AR-15 out and just go crazy. So it's
also let's not forget that we have all seen Old Yeller. Like, you don't want to just be stumbling across like giant groups of hogs, right? It's not a good plan. Again, that goes back to the Lone Ranger wandering the wood with the GPS.
Going to be
to defend you from hogs.
So this is what's called Ox Ranch in Texas. Not shouting anyone out, but you can get a weekday hunting package, which is $2,000. Weekend hunting package is $2,500, and additional non-hunting guests is $200 a night.
I'm sorry. I nearly drowned in my water that I was drinking because you said that someone would want to pay $2,000 to hunt a pig.
Yes.
What? Oh my god!
Is this the helicopter one? I think this is one of the helicopter ones.
Oh my goodness.
I need more information. Where are you?
Oh my lands. I don't even know.
Yeah, there's Google Maps has, plenty of. Whoops. Nope. Don't call. Crap. Yeah, they have a lot of.
Booked one.
Yeah, they have like a lot of.
He's $5 rattlesnake hunting. Remember, this is much more
that's
sensible.
right. This is much more.
Yeah, but they have like it is a dotted checkerboard map of Texas that has helicopter ride hog hunting. Texas, way up north. Ooh, that's not far from me. Hello,
Aaron.
But
resist.
But no, like it's like I said, it's a legitimate business, and I'll see if I can find that little mini documentary thingy, and probably like send it to you. But yeah, it's a thing that people are like, yeah, we lost all of our jobs, and so what's one thing that we have a lot of? Hogs. Like, what is one thing people like to do? Hunt. So you put two and two together, you got yourself a business. And then like they just buy a little 3-person helicopter, 3-seater, and they just get a pilot's license and go out and hunt.
And at that point, it's established.
Insane.
And then what do? You can't you're gonna all of a sudden you're gonna outlaw pigs. What? So just saying no hunting. You got to start there before you can move forward.
Because that's full-blown insanity. Like, what?
Yeah. And the whole industry wrapped up around that. So that was been drips.
I just want all the pictures of all the not hogs that are in this trap, right? How many people? How many just like possums and raccoons and some dude's dog and like.
So I know like with hogs, like a lot of them some of them are censored, and some of them are even like remote trapped. Like there has to be like someone who's in like a deer stand or something.
That's how the department was planning on moving forward, is having remote triggered. So basically, you would have to have somebody there to verify that there are pigs in it before you let it go.
Yeah.
No. And that is the definition of tedium. Right? Sitting in a duck blind with a red button, right? Just like there he is. Boom, get him. Like
But yeah, like it's also very like unique bait that they use. Like corn is obviously one of the big things, but there's a lot of people, like I've even talked to a lot of hunters out here that are like, yeah, you just put motor oil in a little puddle, and hogs will come flying to it. And I was like, I beg your pardon, sir.
Excuse you?
Yeah, so like it's just something about the smell. Like the hogs love it.
Yeah.
And so like he was explaining to me that, sometimes, clearly put corn out and it attracts a lot of things, but if you want hogs to come a hoggin, you literally put motor oil. That's the word he used.
I'm a hoggin. I like it.
You put motor oil down.
Yeah.
Do they come faster if you use motorcycle oil?
I'm not sure. I did not inquire further.
You should let me Google. Hold on. Let me type.
But and yeah, that's like, and I know some of the because I've actually been hog hunting down here in Oklahoma, and what we literally did is that we put a little light stand and like a few, it was like 50 yards away from us, and we pulled a horse trailer out, parked it, and then we pretty much just latched it down, had our own little fortress, and we put a bunch of bait out and some motion sensor lights and hog calls. And so all we did was just like sit out there and wait for them to come to us. But like the trapping mechanism is like a lot of people do that, and then they just either kill them all at once or they catch them and they ship them out.
To anybody sensitive to this kind of stuff, go to YouTube and Google.
I don't want that in my search history.
Okay, so go to a private browser and and Google.
It's terrifying.
Tannerite hog hunting or whatever. And basically what they do is they do what Aaron described. So you sour the corn. So people typically, you add some chemicals to it and put it in a big trash bin and you leave it there for like weeks. And then you add motor oil or diesel to it to sour it. You dump it in a big pile. And then what they do is they put tannerite right on top of it. And then they go sit 100 yards or more and shoot the tannerite with a rifle when all the pigs are around it, and you get a massive explosion and throwing. Okay, Princess Mononoke. Princess Mononoke. Anybody?
God. That's what I was just thinking
about.
Exact same thing.
Exact same thing.
What?
Yes.
What?
Mm-hmm.
I don't even. What? Hit it? No.
Yep.
What in the world?
So
that brings me to a follow-up question for Colin. What is the Missouri Department of Conservation is going to do with these once they have captured them?
You shoot
Are they
them.
going to blow them up?
No.
Okay, this is good news. Thank you.
No, they will be shot. Yes. Pinned and shot and disposed of is the way that I think they were planning on doing it. Other places have tried to lay out like poison, almost like rat poison for hogs.
That sounds like a terrible idea.
But the hogs
literally everything else will eat it.
Everything else has to eat them, and the hogs have to consume like a ton of it, imagine like a hay bale's worth of this poison that they've got to consume basically, and you're like so not efficient at all.
Yeah, no. I mean, it almost has to be that way because literally everything else would eat it, and you would just have like dead everything, which would be bad.
And Texas was dealing with it where they were doing that, and then coyotes and other stuff were eating the carcasses of the killed animals.
Yeah, that's true too.
And then they were dying because the poison was still there, and you're like, oh, this is bad.
I mean, we also just have an insane number of coyotes around here at the moment. But, that's still not good to do that.
2 birds, 1 stone. That's what I'm hearing.
But again, as other people's dogs out there, there's weird things like chipmunks and just...
There's bears. There's
bears, yeah.
So, yeah. So that's the eternal debate of exclusive trapping and targeted, methodical moving, and versus the kind of open season, free for all mentality of the sportsman there.
There we go.
I feel like it should be like an internship or something for like people who want to be like people at, let's say, like Missouri State who are in the field of biology. It's like, hey, do you want a summer credit?
Nope.
Help us track hogs.
You would think that is exactly what this is for, man. Yeah, Aaron, that's a genius idea.
Not people.
Interns.
Nope. They are going to be paying people with master's degrees and up to go GPS hog feces.
Nope. That is college junior's job right there, boy. Let me tell you what. You need to tell somebody about Aaron's genius plan.
Okay.
Say, hey.
Well, I can't really give myself full credit because I'm actually sitting here looking at a copy of Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou, and just how they use the interns in that movie is so funny to me.
No.
We'll still give you credit. It's okay.
Okay.
That's
okay.
You can be inspired by Bill Murray. Being inspired by. This is a weird chain because it's Aaron being inspired by Bill Murray, being inspired by Jacques Cousteau. It's a very weird transient plan, but it's okay.
It works. So yeah, Colin, just tell them any college freshmen or sophomores in the field of biology that want some science credits over the summer,
wildlife management,
yes, or forestry people.
Ooh, true.
And be like, hey, you want a science credit? Boom.
Yep.
GPS some hog fecal matter.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Not the ruts, not the giant swaths of forests that they uproot. Just the feces.
For some reason, they were GPSing feces. Was one of the. I don't.
That's weird. It's weird that you wouldn't do the feeding grounds, right? Like where they keep coming back and like uprooting literally the earth, just like the whole planet, just digging. I've seen some of those down here. Yeah. Oh my goodness. It's just like a destroyed swath of forest, just like right through there. Just everything just completely turned over. No wonder medieval people used them as plows. This is
it turns out they're really good at that.
Yeah. But man, you would think that you would might want to GPS that.
Anyway, I don't know. That's what they were talking about. I don't know. I don't think they know.
Where are they feeding? Generally, if you want to hunt a thing, you need to find out where it is eating, right? Because it can defecate literally just anywhere, just wherever it happens to be walking. It's not like hogs are like. It's not like hogs go, oh, dude, I'll be right back. I need to go to the bathroom.
Well, and I don't know. Like, I don't know if it's a way. if it's a way of more fine scale, because they do walk and poop at the same time, so like you can track them. Or maybe we're going to be collecting DNA samples, or I don't know.
Maybe DNA for population samples. That could be it too. But
yeah,
it just seems like if you say only GPS fecal tracking, it's like what?
Yeah, that doesn't.
There's many other things that hogs do that you probably should know about, not just like where they happen to be standing when they defecate. It's a weird thing.
Yeah, and
maybe the spot where they spent literally an hour eating. Maybe that's where you should find out. I don't know.
I'm hoping there's going to be more rolled out soon, so that I can plan my time away from my family, and I can.
And your shopping trip to Bass Pro to get geared up.
Oh my gosh, it's gonna have to be really intense because, I don't know.
Dude, can I sign up for this? Because I need a vacation. A better way than hunting hogs.
Yeah. I don't think there's taking signups right now, but
it should. They should take some volunteers for some.
So that's what I asked my supervisor. Like, okay, what other partners are going to be contributing manpower? And she was like, no one. Like, really? Nobody?
Not any counties or
nope. So basically this is the way it's going to work. Is the department is going to supply all of the boots on the ground, technical expertise, and the the traps and the shooting and all that stuff. And then like the Park Service is providing free lodging at some of the camps and stuff down there at the parks.
Yeah.
And so other people are kind of contributing.
You still have to bring your own tent, but they'll pay for your campsite.
Yeah.
Wait, does this mean you have to be like tenting it up for like weeks? That sucks.
See, I don't know. I don't know if there will be camping or if there will be hotel stays or if they'll be in the park cabins or that kind of stuff. I don't know.
Whoa. Yeah, this is a logistical nightmare.
Yes, I'm not envious.
I don't think UPS can help us with this one.
Catch on that
one. Yeah. As you could ask them. I mean, they do logistics. That's what their commercial says. But
you know, it's like something obviously has to be done, and it's just this is the a response. And if we've learned
response, all right. I don't know.
If we've learned anything from Texas and Louisiana and Tennessee and Arkansas and Oklahoma, it's you have to hit hard and stay on it. And you've got to be ruthless in it, because if you start to take your foot off the gas at all, these things can reproduce like crazy, like pigs. Like they just
actual. Wait, maybe it's
like they're pigs
or
something.
Wait a minute.
Well, because I feel like you also have a good population of people who would hunt them for free in general. Like,
well, I think that's why they say if you just happen to see one and you shoot it, like you can use something and no one's gonna be like, oh no, that's bad.
Yeah.
They're gonna be like, thanks. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Move
along.
along.
Then like you just open up free signing to anyone and like, hey, but like, yeah, that's one thing that I'm pretty sure Oklahoma tried like a few years ago to be like, hey, we're gonna go hog hunting, and then like they did it for like a weekend and they're like, oh, that's good, and then clearly nothing happened because we still have a huge hog population, especially in
southeastern
area, because they're like, oh, this is a great idea, and like they hit it. Yeah, it was like for like a week or something.
Well, the problem is if you have a rifle and a herd of 40 hogs comes towards you, you shoot one, the rest are going to run away.
Yeah.
And before you can get reloaded, they are all gone, right? So single shots of lone individuals.
I played Red Dead Redemption. They run right at. That's how it works. You shoot one, and the other one just charges right at your face, and you're like, "No, that's not what I wanted."
So you do have personal experience in this.
Yeah, it's 100% accurate, that game, obviously.
Always. So you can see why, sure, do all this stuff, but what you don't want to continually do is, since they are different than deer behaviorally, when you shoot at them and they spook, they'll move out and away for a while and go roam. So you can actually end up pushing them into new areas.
So hurting them.
Yeah, and so you have to be real careful about how you go about implementing hunting or that stuff.
You herd them where you want them.
Back to Arkansas.
Yeah, back to Arkansas. No.
If Missouri just built a wall on the southern border,
yes.
wouldn't have this hog problem.
Keep those dang razor pigs out of here. No. Yeah. Herd them towards the somewhere. Yeah, that's weird. I don't know.
Well, it also sounds like we need to open up our own hog hunting business.
Yes, that's exactly the lesson that we should take from this.
Dad wants to get it. Dad has his pilot's license. Just tweak it for helicopter, and then boom.
There you go.
Just tweak it for helicopter.
I'm sure that's how.
Yeah, that's how it works.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah. Instead of spinning this way, the sharpie pointy blade goes around this way. Go. You're good.
Yeah, good. It's fine.
See, it's like owning a jet ski. You don't need a license. It's just like, hey, can you swim?
Bureau
Sure.
of Aviation.
They may disagree with you.
Jet skis. Yeah, they might disagree.
It's fine.
Is that the FAA? Is that who that is? Is that the acronym that deals with planes? I don't remember.
I typically confuse them with FAA and FDA interchangeably in my mind. And I know one's with food, one's with airplanes. So
is the FFA also, or the FAA? FFA, that's the high school agriculture thing. The FAA, do they also do like the radio tower stuff and all that, like radio signal things? Is that the same?
Yes. I think Dad would better be able to answer that one, but I think they do control the radio signals.
Yeah. Yes. Maybe.
Get Dad on the phone.
It's true. Dad, where are you? He's in bed already. Just
yes. He's never mind. Don't make him up. Yeah.
No. I need to see if my friend if his dad has any hogs, because these are the people that I go deer hunting with every year with down at their family farm. And I just remember one year I just got a text and it's like, we're not going deer hunting, we're going hog hunting. I'm like, well, okay, I can't complain. Because they were
things. We talked about Aaron's hunting packing, so he was like, whoa, I need more warning. I need to know what to bring.
But yeah, it was fascinating just to go in that aspect, because I was like, wait, are we tracking hogs? And it's like, no, we're gonna take a trailer and park in the middle of the field. And I was like, whoa, this is so trippy. But I mean, it tears up a lot of things, and it, people they can also hurt cattle.
Yeah,
that's a big thing.
Just like agricultural land, right? So like if your corn crop, goodbye, right? Yeah. It's like,
And so that's one reason. But I mean, every year on their trail cams, they can count 30 to 40 hogs, and it's weird because they'll be like, well, the year before we shot at least 20, and look, there's
it's
40
almost more. Like they have 6 to 8 piglets at a time.
Mm-hmm. And they have 2 litters a year.
Yes.
And they start when they're like 7 months old. So
yeah,
that's mind blowing.
Yeah, it's crazy. I'm trying to think what other. I don't know. That's crazy. Yeah. Well, have fun in the wood. Randomly.
It's a pretty area, at least.
Being mountain man.
Yeah.
For weeks at a time.
Yeah.
We're gonna start recording some extra ones of these for when Colin's out.
When I'm
out on the mountaintop
in the bush,
Taney County somewhere, just like lost in the woods, like. Oh.
Do you looking for a hog?
Do you kind of know like when you'll be going, or are they still just kind of like things in the works?
Things are in the works right now. We were waiting on the Forestry Service to make that decision about Mark Twain, and once they made that, the NBC threw their hat in the game, and the rest of the plans are being rolled out. It's not 100% guaranteed that like I'll even be picked for the first round of employees, but it's like it's either this or later in the year or next year, and in the meantime we're still doing CWD stuff, so I'll be doing something very soon, at least.
Yeah, double recording weeks for lost. With naught but a GPS and hog feces to keep him company. Like,
what more could you want? I mean, let's be real.
Many other things. Literally everything else. I don't know.
Oh,
I would take rattlesnakes over that. I don't even know. I didn't want that.
Yeah. I guess this is where should we obviously make the disclaimer that like none of us are like actual management biologists or obviously hunters or anything like that. These are just.
I already said that.
I know. Just
Aaron is the outdoorsy one. I'm yeah. Yes, it is.
Your time growing up in a small town prepped you for nothing.
Wow. Yeah. prepare me for other things, like not having camouflage t-shirts, I guess. I don't know.
Shocking coming from the person who wore a leather jacket with whiteout writing on it. That's just
I did
shocking.
not. There was no writing on it. Okay. First of all, there was no writing. It was just a leather jacket. Okay, it's fine.
Okay. Okay.
That just happened to have writing on it.
It did have writing on it.
Wow.
So, Aaron, how does it feel? Are you officially completed with your sojourns to southern parts of Oklahoma?
Yes.
Hey.
We just had our last thing today.
Did you dance?
I was too tired to dance.
Too tired.
Tomorrow, he dances.
Yeah, well, I'll be actually taking legitimate cases tomorrow, and so
wow,
it's exciting, but it's also kind of terrifying. But
that's fair.
I'll get a few cases at a time to kind of ease me into it, and then it'll be like bombshell.
That's true.
1,000 cases.
7,000. Here they come.
And so it's like the whole experience, and this is what a lot of people said. And for those of you listening, if you're ever thinking about joining DHS, just listen up for a second.
Or DFS if you're in any other state, because that's what they call it in Missouri.
Oh, well, whatever they speak in the.
What does the H stand for?
Department of Human Services.
Oh, Human Services.
Okay.
Sorry, yeah.
Susan was like, Homeland Security?
No, not that DHS. Not that DHS.
Aaron.
If you're thinking
maybe
about
he's undercover.
If you're thinking about doing one of those, it can be rewarding. Knowing that you're helping families, but the whole process that you have to go through just to get to that point is extremely exhausting. Like, yes, staying in a hotel for how long was I gone? Like 2 months, almost
Forever.
3 months. Is like the first part is like, whoa, this is exciting because it's new, but it is just taxing on like mentally taxing. And the people that you meet, like in the training and conferences that you go to, is very unique, and it's fun. But a lot of people were just already burnt out, and so it's not just me. Even though we have a tendency to record these right when I get home after driving for like 3 hours, and I'm like completely incoherent most of the time.
We love you.
It's an unfair sampling size.
Yes.
But it's very like the things you learn, like. You don't really learn anything until you're out in the field, like talking to people. And because, especially the people that train these courses, a lot of people are like, especially where I'm at in a very rural county, I deal with, farmers and things like that, agriculture people. And these people are like treating everybody like, oh, you got to treat these people a certain way. And I'm like, well, no, that's like, I don't like, I have farmers. Like, that's literally who I have in my county. And so it's you become very disconnected very quickly. And 2 weeks ago, we did this thing. It's called Connections. And it's it's pretty much like a pep assembly for adults, kind of.
Oh no!
And so like immediately I was checked out, but it's very much like, oh, we're so awesome, look at us. And it working for the state is very unique, and it is very special and important what you do, but like a lot of people haven't done this job before, like especially a lot of the higher up people, and so they have their own mindset, and us people who actually go out there daily. And it's just mentally exhausting. And so it's fun, it's unique, but I am so glad that it's over. That's a long version of saying I am so glad I'm out of there. I don't have to drive 3 hours again.
Sure. Mostly that was
for a while. Plus I can actually recover from this plague that I've contracted somehow.
Yes.
And Oh, last week was terrible. Like, I could not talk. Like, this is an improvement.
Yeah, that's good.
But it's like I enjoyed the people that I worked with down there, but like I am just so tired. Like, if I didn't have to do this, I probably would have been a lot more energetic. That's the word.
Yeah.
But after 8 weeks, I am just flat out burnt. Aaron is very sleepy. But I learned, like, the past last week and this week, I've actually learned more than I had in the past, like, however many months, because it was more
saving the good stuff for the end.
Yeah, and it was a lot more things pertaining to what I'll actually be dealing with, and so I was like, oh, of course I'll learn this at the tail end of my experience. But it's very interesting. Like I said, it's very rewarding, or it can be at least. But yeah, I am just burnt out, and me being sick didn't help much. Although it did get me out of doing a lot of presenting. And they're like, because every freaking instructor we had to do the old college thing. It's like, oh, stand up, tell us where you're from and why you're doing this. Like, every single instructor. And I'm like, do I have to fight you right now? I will fight you in a heartbeat. And I was like, oh no, my voice, I can't. Oh, that sucks. So I got out a lot of that.
I am enfeebled and weakened. I must stay sitting and sip my tea.
Yeah.
My leprosy has kicked in. I'm sorry. But like, meeting people was cool, but I am very glad it is done. And now I actually start the real stuff. So we'll see how that goes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, glad you survived it.
Indeed.
Me as well.
Did you ever investigate Oklahoma AM radio? Or did you forget about that? I was thinking about that the other day because I did that on the way to school the other day. Because I was messing with it because Susan and Shayna were gone, and so I was driving to work by myself, and I was like, oh yeah, let's check this out. And I found some random station. I don't even remember what number it is now. And I listened to it for probably 5 minutes, and I cannot tell you what on earth they were talking about. Like, I have no idea.
Of course.
And absolutely no clue. They were just talking, and like, they said some names, and they were talking about something, and I was like, what is happening? I have absolutely no idea what is going on. Like, there was one I found, it was like a sport one. I was like, okay, they're talking about football things. I get that. There was another one that I could barely hear. And then there's this one that was like, what is going on? I have no clue. I just sat there for like 5 minutes just listening to it and going, what is this? I don't know.
That's
there is pick one up any context at all.
Yeah.
There's a station based out of Oklahoma City, and like, no surprise, all they pretty much talk about is OU football. No. And I remember I was listening to that when I was down in Norman. And yeah, I know, it's so strange. But I was like, but like, it was pretty much like these three guys like yelling at each other about like OU football, and they're all OU fans. But they were talking about like how good OU was going to be, and like, I was scared like they were gonna start yelling at me, even though it was like, I was like, I don't. They were just like, they're trying to take calls, and they're like, no. They're gonna win by 40 points. I'm like, 40 points? Are you kidding me? They're gonna win by 50. And it's like, guys, okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'll call later.
Can we just move along?
Yeah, I'll quietly turn the station so you don't notice me leaving. Just like,
yeah, it was terrifying, and I only listened to it for like 2 minutes.
Not good if they were you are scared of the radio.
Right.
Oh my goodness.
Like, okay, I'm sorry. Like, are you all OU fans? Of course we're OU fans. I'm like, oh, okay. Have a good day. But yeah, so there was like I've heard some Oklahoma ones, but I think I was going to go see cousin Alex when he had his wedding reception up in like Wichita, and boy howdy, Western Kansas. Let me tell you.
Oh, indeed, yeah.
That's where it's at. Like if you think Oklahoma's fun, boy howdy, Western Kansas.
It's something.
Not fun.
Yes, it is.
Now it was very much like old revival ones, and it's like it's a lot of those.
Sweet.
They're interesting, but again, they also sound like they're screaming at each other. But
There's a lot of yelling over there in the Midwest.
Sorry, that's how we have to communicate.
By shouting. They're used to standing so far from each other
away, but yelling through the wind as it rushes past them.
Yes.
So I was talking to this gentleman from Western Texas, and he was like, telling me he used to be a track star, but he's like, well, I was only good because of the wind. I'm like, I beg your pardon? He's like, well, out there in Western Texas, you don't have any cover, and so you got people who are running like the mile or whatever, and you have like they're just being pushed against the wind, and they're pretty much like a tree just being bent back. And then when they come around the corner and the wind's at their back, like it increases their speed time by like 5 seconds. It's crazy. And I'm like, that's a thing. And he's like, that's what we got out.
Smaller, you cut through, right? Like, hunker down, run through.
He's like, I wasn't fast. Sense. I wasn't fast, but I was a track star in Western Texas. And I was like, excuse me. And then
the other guys were bigger and caught more wind, and so I ran by them.
More drag.
Yeah, more.
Yeah, so whenever I think I have it bad here in north central Oklahoma, I always think about the people in West Texas and how windy it can be.
True. How much dust they have in their eyes right now.
It's the Dust Bowl 24/7.
We had to recalibrate the verbiage of when people would say, "Oh, it's windy today." I mean, I know what windy days are like in Missouri, but by the time the weather stations out in Lubbock were saying windy, it was like 45-mile-an-hour winds. Like light breeze is 10 to 15 out there, and you're like, that's not a light breeze.
Goodness.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense too. It's not that windy here. We have trees in Missouri, so
and hills.
We don't have to. So many hills. Oh my goodness, stinking plateau. What are you doing?
That is kind of one thing I definitely miss about, when I go home of actually, legitimate Ozark Hills, and like. Because I remember one of my friends, him and his wife lived in Bentonville, Arkansas. And coming down into Bentonville, you have to go through part of the Ozark Mountains and the windy part. And I remember my friend made me drive because he's like, I've never driven hills before, because he was from like central Kansas. And I was like, oh, I grew up around these. Like, this is what it was around Rogersville all the time. And being able to, speed through the hills like the old days was pretty exciting.
Hills are fun.
Yeah. Did we lose Brandon?
Brandon, it looks like you're trying to talk.
Buddy.
Yeah, sorry. I had to sneeze.
So I
had to emergency run away. I apologize.
That's okay. No. Aaron was talking about how much he enjoys the hills.
I heard driving through the hills. That's what I heard. Then I was like, oh, no, run away.
Yep.
Yeah. And like there's some hills like in this part of the area, but they're not the like what's a good way to describe it? There's something majestic and magical about Ozark Hills, and just the roadways.
Is it?
And no, it's not for hilltopping.
I think it's the exciting geologic history that is Missouri, because it used to just be a hill. Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that this is all erosion-based hills is very exciting indeed. Yes, because
Do you have your students listen to this podcast?
no, I don't. But that's what we were talking about. We're finally at the end of our geology thing. So
Nice.
talking about rock formations and how they happen, and so it is time to bring in the Missouri geologic history into our science lessons. This is gonna be very exciting next week, right before Christmas break.
So,
really good
question.
stuff.
Yeah.
Did any of you guys have or was there ever a Missouri history class that we had to take?
No.
Was that a thing?
Nope.
Not until college.
I didn't ever take one ever.
Had to take a Missouri Constitution class at Missouri State and a
now
U.S.
I had to do the
history
Missouri
something.
Constitution test in high school. I do that.
Yeah.
But no Missouri history. That's all weird things that I've read so far about this other stuff. I never heard that.
Because I
try to talk about it. I try to talk about it a lot. Whenever it comes up, because they don't. It's not a thing that happens. So I try to relate it to what we're talking about, which is why we're doing the geology thing.
Sure.
And I mean, they don't really need to know that the Mississippian limestone deposits of whatever. But we do need to know that it was a sea at one point, and that's why we have all this stuff, right? So that's cool. I think they'll be into it.
Because
Side note, finally digging holes tomorrow.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
That was my follow-up. Finally
tomorrow is the day.
Holes.
Yes.
Because
wait for some decent weather and some more shovels, but tomorrow.
Oh.
And we our geology thing goes we go in order from orders of magnitude, biggest to smallest. So we started with plate tectonics, right?
Okay,
And then we talked about the after effects of plate tectonics. So there was a whole unit on volcanology, and then one about a short one about earthquake things, and then now it's rock cycle, small scale. So that's when we're going outside, and tomorrow.
That's really cool. What a neat progression.
Yes, and so we're doing today we just did our we have teams, we all have jobs to do tomorrow. So we have a person that's digging, and then we have two people that are sample collectors, right? So I have one person recording the samples, a recorder. Okay, this is group A, sample number 1 goes in the box, and then the other person is they're doing they're taking pictures with the iPads and stuff because I told them I need proof that rock came out of that hole. That's how this works. You can't just I have to see where it came from, otherwise I don't know. It's not there's no proof. So that's their jobs, and they can switch jobs when they're outside. I don't want to dig right now, let's switch it up. But again, it's not going to be too hard to go out into a field in Missouri and find a couple rocks laying around.
At least one. Good luck with that.
And then I have a couple people that are going to be basically field reporters. Their job is to document the whole process. So their job is to take pictures of everybody while they're working.
Oh, that's really
and
cool.
short little short video clips that then we can give to Susan, since she's the district media person. Here's some stuff of what we did. Show all the parents all the things that we did. So here we go.
No, but that's a neat way to utilize them, and because not everybody's interested in the science or the digging or the data recording, but there are those that want to be writing or producing media and that kind of stuff. So that's really
exactly.
neat.
Now, do you need to make it more realistic and have them call Colin and have them do a land survey of the area, and
we were going to have a pre-dig day where we went outside and surveyed and put little flags and stuff in the ground. But I looked at the weather forecast for the beginning part of next week and was like, no, we're digging tomorrow. We can't.
Yeah, there this
like Monday and Tuesday.
Freezing rain.
Yeah, freezing rain. And so we're going tomorrow. So we're going.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
I had planned on doing that, but then I was like, we'll cut that part out because ain't nobody got time for that. So we just did safety today, talked about how to not carry a shovel, how much all of you like your teeth in your head. So please, shovel, point down while we're walking. Like
Yep. And nobody likes stitches.
Nobody likes stitches.
And make sure they have enough clear space to swing the pickaxe around them, Colin.
No, we don't have pickaxes. No pickaxes. We do have. Why did you hit Aaron with a pickaxe?
What? No, I don't remember this at all.
Yes, we were going down to where that little, we were heading east in our field, and like we were going to that little quote unquote cave that's up north of Peck Hollow, and I was behind you, and you just swung back out of nowhere with a pickaxe, and it caught me right in the temple.
What?
Dad was with us.
No.
Yes. No.
No. This did not happen.
This did happen.
I think
seeing Colin and then seeing a pickaxe in my face.
I did tell them, since we're all out in this field, that if you're not digging, you need to be in front of the person with the shovel.
Yeah.
And we talked about all the ways and all the reasons why you should not be behind them. So I guess I did address this event that I did not know existed. This is
that I did not know existed either.
It happened. It's like the fishhook story all over again. I remember.
Apparently. I remember the fishhook one.
Yeah.
So I remember Colin did try to take your ear off with fishhook, but
yes, it did
not remember. I did not know.
It. He walked underneath it.
No, didn't matter. Told you I was gas.
Told you I was behind you on all of these.
But no, that's actually really cool. I remember when.
Oh yeah, and I also now am in possession of some 30% hydrochloric acid that I got from the high school chemistry teacher. Borrowed that. So we do some limestone tests. Oh man,
all the limestone.
So I remember one of our STEM projects that we did for my students is that like we were just pretty much having them build a bridge, but they had like a budget, and if they wanted more, they had to ask for a loan.
You said that.
But like every 5 minutes, I would like introduce like something new. That's like, oh no, there's like a workers' strike. You can only use one hand for like 30 seconds.
Oh my God.
And the kids would be like, "Are you kidding me?" And so they'd have to like only use one hand. Or like there was one time I was like, "Oh no, the weather conditions at your work site are so terrible that you can't hear each other if you speak. So you can only sing your instructions to each other." And I just remember the kids having a lot of fun with it, and I remember like we were kind of doing it timed, and I remember coming around. It's like, oh no, so like surprise inspection, and like the kids would have to like the group that I would go to would have to stop what they were doing and explain to me, and I was like, so is this being a safe environment? And they'd be like, ugh, yes, Mr. Funkhauser, and I'd be like, okay, continue.
Where's
or
your
like
heart at?
there was one I think one of the last ones I did was like, well guys, we're in Oklahoma, so it's an earthquake. You can only work on one leg.
It's a wind event.
Yeah, so the wind
advisory.
Wind advisory, they had to sing. Earthquake, they could only stand on one foot. And then it was like, I think it was like a workers' strike or something, and they could only use one hand. And the kids had a lot of fun with it, but I was just sitting there, and I was like, do you guys want to spice it up? And they're like, sure. And I'm like, you probably shouldn't have said that. Yeah, boom! True. For 30 seconds, you have to sing.
They can just do that of their own free will.
Right.
Did you have them practice the mining dwarves? Yeah.
I did not. I don't know. I don't know how many Snow White enthusiasts I have, although Disney Plus is around, so maybe they have been watching that one. Probably
them.
not. I don't know if anybody watches. I don't know if anybody actually likes Snow White. I'm not sure.
I don't think that's the one that's on top of people's lists.
I mean, when I think favorite Disney movie, it definitely does not come to mind. Even it's not even like top 10. So
Okay,
what
are the top 5? What are the top 5?
Top 5.
Disney movies.
Number 1, obviously, Robin Hood.
Oh,
that's my number 1. Number 2, probably. Oh, I just had it. What was I gonna say? Oh, Great Mouse Detective. Love the Great Mouse Detective. I like Beauty and the Beast. I like. Let's see. What's some other Disney movies? Rescuers Down Under.
Down Under.
Yeah.
Rescuers Down Under. It's got to be in there because that one's great. And don't know about the fifth one.
I know what I would throw in there.
What? Well, let's your other top ones here.
Okay, well, let's be real here. You just named all of them. So
well, so are we talking about
although
older...
I would
any.
Yeah.
I am talking about the animated Disney Beauty and the Beast. I did not like the remake. It was not.
Well, no. Who would like that?
Many people, but again, not for me.
I am going to note too that of if people were paying attention to those, and if they look at the release year of those, they may find where all of these are going to land, and that we are probably not going to be too kind to anything post 2000.
No, that's true. Most of the ones on my list apparently were considered dark years Disney. Robin Hood's like 1960 something.
Yeah.
7, I want to say. That might be inaccurate, but that's not definitely on most people's Disney list or any from that year. Oh, I think maybe Lady and the Tramp. I like Lady and the Tramp a lot.
Okay. See, I would throw Sword in the Stone in there, and not Lady and the Tramp, but
I forgot about Sword in the Stone. I forgot that's a Disney movie.
That is.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry, Lady and the Tramp. You're going down number 6.
Oh.
I like Sword in the Stone.
It's hard because, and then I think
actually, I might put Beauty and the Beast number 6. And keep Lady and the Tramp at 5 and move Sword and Stone up to 4.
I can respect that.
Because I really like Lady and the Tramp. I like that movie. I like Jacques and Rusty. Trusty. What, the Bloodhound? The Bloodhound? I like that dude.
Oh, was that the Scottish Terrier?
Yeah, Scottish Terrier, and then the Bloodhound, the neighbor dogs. I love that movie. So good. Oh man. Oh man, that's another movie that I saw that they made that remake. I was like, no, I'm not watching that.
I know.
I like the first one. I just like it. I understand that you want to make it for like new people, but it's not for. So that's like for new kids that haven't seen the other one.
Yes.
Right. It's not for me that loves the other one a lot.
A lot.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Aaron, do you have any that you need to add to this list?
Yeah.
So I was gonna say, like there are some of the newer movies that are like one that I said, I can't remember who I was talking to, but like the movie Moana.
Oh yeah.
That is actually a very good movie, and it actually also expresses like phenomenally well about Polynesian culture.
Yeah,
I thought that was mind blowing. I also liked. Did you say Aristocrats? Aristocats?
No, I did not say Aristocats.
That one was a good one.
That's another one in there.
Let's see here. Aristocats. Oh, I liked, and obviously things like The Lion King, Aladdin, clearly.
True. Because those came out when we were kids. That's kind of like the revival, right? That revival age Disney is what they call it, I think.
I also liked, and this is more of a modern one, but I really liked Wreck-It Ralph.
I never saw Wreck-It Ralph.
I didn't.
It's very like, oh, that's good. Like it was very kind of like shocking.
Yeah.
But again, that's kind of more of a modern one.
Yeah. I always also kind of like Sleeping Beauty. I like that one.
Yeah, Sleeping Beauty.
It's good.
And then
For like the classic ones, that's pretty good.
I like the Black Cauldron a lot.
Ooh.
And then
is that Disney? Is that Disney though?
Is it Disney? Oh, is it?
I don't know. I don't think so. I think that is.
Let's see here.
I don't think that one is.
Well, if I can spell cauldron, that'd be awesome.
Is that a
1985? Good heavens! Yep, it's Disney.
Is it Disney? Okay.
Really?
Yep. I can't remember if that one was officially or not.
Gosh.
All right, hold on here. We're gonna do
because there's a lot of those movies that came out at that time, but they're those they're Don Bluth movies because he left Disney Animation Studio and he started doing a lot of those other ones. He did all that other stuff like I just went blank. Right, like Rockadoodle. I think that's him. Right.
Yeah. Everyone's did he do Wrath of Nim?
Nim, and then like the dinosaur one. I think it's the dinosaur one.
Land Before Time?
No. The dumb one.
What?
With the oh my gosh, what is it called? Was it The We're Back, a Dinosaur Story?
Oh, that's a good movie. The Three Caballeros.
Yeah.
The Three Caballeros.
Gosh.
The Three Caballeros is good. I like that one. That's not like a feature length movie.
No, it's not. But still.
And that again, was a dumb one. Oh my gosh.
We're Back? Yeah.
Yeah.
We're Back. So dumb.
Ooh, I also really liked Oliver and Company.
Yeah, Oliver's pretty good. Like Oliver.
I pulled up the list because my brain was gonna hurt.
No, that's fine. Do that because I would miss some for sure. But again, Oliver's not like top 5. And again, you're right. There's a lot of modern Disney movies that are good. I like them. Like I can't even lie. Frozen is a good movie, right?
So
I'll say it. I'm not scared.
So I am gonna say
it's good. I like how it like twists a lot of stuff around, and it's like, oh snap, there we go.
So
the true love was her loving herself. Oh, what?
All along.
So I did like
but I rather
the modern Treasure Planet. I really like that movie.
Treasure Planet.
Yeah.
That's a controversial choice there.
No, it's a good
I think so.
Bolt, heck yeah.
Oh yeah, I heard that.
Then like Inside Out was also really brilliant. I really like that one.
Yeah. No joke. That was the last film Megan and I saw in a theater together. We watched that before Lily was born.
Let me say that came out right before. Yeah. So there you go.
I bawled my eyes out in that movie. I bawled.
Boom.
All of it.
Oh, Big Hero 6. That's a good one.
Didn't see that one.
Yeah. But yeah, like I have a good mixture between a lot of the original classics and then some like, modern, like freaking Toy Story 3. Yeah, tears.
That's true.
Well, yeah.
But I guess again, that's not one I want to rewatch over and over again because it does make me sad.
Technically,
I want to watch Robin Hood like all the time. I want to watch The Great Mouse Detective like every day. The movie's so good. Like I just love it. Like The Rescuers Down Under movie's great.
Watch that a lot. Yeah.
What about the first Rescuers?
Controversially, I prefer The Rescuers Down Under.
Yeah.
And I don't know why. I think it's because it's not so like. I just think partially because I have the association in my brain of like brighter colors, more interesting. Yeah. But I just like the
Louisiana swamp.
Yeah. I mean, I like the first Rescuers movie.
Yeah.
I like it a lot because I just love Bernard and Bianca. They're great, right?
Yes.
But I think I like 2 better.
Yeah.
Two was a little bit more. I don't know, like hot, not
adventure-y,
adventure-y.
right? Yeah.
Yes, for sure.
It was kind of more of like the more iconic look for Rescuers. Like that's kind of the one that really kind of set it into the light of pop culture. Because
maybe, but I don't hear a lot of people talk about The Rescuers Down Under. You usually hear people talking about just The Rescuers, the first one.
Yeah.
Which is cool. But I like the second one better. I like the Australia setting. Was it George C. Scott is the bad guy? Dude, come on, man. What? That's great. Like, and
Wilbur,
just all the
Wilbur.
Yeah, Wilbur the albatross. And then, obviously was it Bob Hope, right? Thinking in the, what's her name? The Gabor lady is so come on, it's so good.
Yeah.
Is it Zsa Zsa Gabor? Is that her? Or is it the other one? I don't remember which one it is.
Yeah, I think so.
But man, that's the voices in those movies are just so good. I love it.
Yeah. Well, and what's just interesting to me is how much Disney as a corporation has changed, because asking somebody now what their favorite Disney movie is, they would probably say like Avengers or Star Wars.
That's true. They own everything. I also really like Alice in Wonderland. Forgot about that one. I also pulled up the list, Aaron, because I was like,
perfect.
These that exist are
just infinite, all of them.
Holy cow! No. Oh no! Wait, different. Never mind. Yeah, there's tons. There's like a million.
You have to be very specific when you list for Disney films, like, because I had to put Disney animated films, and that's what brought up. Because if you just put Disney films, it's like Star Wars and all these stuff.
Yeah, that's kind of what Colin's talking about. But like, they've always had other ones, because like I already mentioned one way earlier. Old Yeller is a Disney property, right?
Yeah,
but
that's
like,
true.
I have that mentality of Disney equals animation, right?
Me too.
That's just what I think of when someone says Disney. I think of animation things.
Yeah.
I don't think about any of the live action things they've ever done. Those never even crossed my mind, really. It's always animated movies.
Yeah. Not that most of the original live action films of Disney's were very good. Looking at you, Song of the South. But yeah, then
I was just even thinking like, The Parent Trap. I don't consider that like a movie that I would watch.
I mean, like when they like originally started.
That's fair.
Because I remember Disney did a whole thing on like Daniel Boone and like the Swamp Fox.
Mm-hmm.
Like I remember like a whole series of those. I'm like, really, Disney? All right.
Oh man. Oh. Two I'm going to throw out there. Who Framed Roger Rabbit and Bedknobs and Broomsticks?
Ooh. Now, is Who Framed Roger Rabbit technically Disney?
I'm pretty sure.
Is that, or is that independent? Because I know that was a big one because it had Warner and Disney in it.
It did. Time. You're right.
Oh,
right,
what about
right.
But also, I forgot about Bedknobs and Broomsticks, and I would like to take one small step back when I said that I didn't like any of their live action movies. Because Bedknobs and Broomsticks, Susan and I fight about that. She's like, I think that movie's dumb, and I'm like, shut your face, get out of it. Like, I don't even. Why are you so wrong? I don't know.
It makes me so happy every time I watch it. So happy.
Bedknobs and Broomsticks, and like, is Chitty Chitty Bang Bang Disney?
I think so.
Yeah.
I don't like that one.
Yeah, I never really liked that one. And then
it might be only so far on this list that I'm looking at. It is only Bedknobs and Broomsticks, and I'm like, oh yeah.
I really liked. No, I only saw this when I was like itty bitty, so I vaguely remember it. But like Pete's Dragon.
Oh yeah, I didn't like Pete's Dragon. I remember seeing it and being like,
yep,
that's a movie.
Yeah, I remember that one, but I just remember like. There was a whole like series of like on the Disney Channel, like when Disney Channel first started.
Also, sorry, wrong Gabor sister. It's Ava Gabor. My bad.
Ava. Zsa Zsa. Okay. Glad we cleared that.
There was the other one, the singer one. There was a bunch of Gabor sisters.
Yeah.
Ava Gabor.
Ava.
Anyway, Disney Plus. Sorry, continue.
Yeah, I don't have Disney Plus
or whatever you said, Disney Channel or something.
Oh yeah, like the original Disney Channel.
Yes.
Of like all of their original or spin-off things that turn into animated series. Like I remember there was, the Buzz Lightyear animated series on for a long time. Things like it was weird. Lloyd in Space, that was another big one that I watched growing up.
Oh, wait a minute.
Yes.
I just
Do it.
I just remembered one of the greatest Disney movies ever made.
Okay.
Ducktales, the movie, Treasure of the Lost Lamp.
Oh, that's yes.
Oh my god! What? Oh my gosh! No, no. I got to make room on my list for that.
Okay.
That movie's so good. Maybe not good. Maybe that one can go to number 6. I think that one might go to number 6. Sorry, Beauty and the Beast, you're going down again.
Okay. Okay. So hold on. Let me just verify. The top 5 are still Rescuers Down Under, in no particular order. Lady and the Tramp, Sword in the Stone, Great Mouse Detective, and Robin Hood.
Yes.
Okay.
That's correct.
Okay.
And number 6 is Ducktales, the movie, Treasure of the Lost Lamp. That one is purely for nostalgic reasons, because watching that as a child, I was like, I loved DuckTales like a lot. Like I have a very specific memory of school shopping for first grade and having a red DuckTales lunchbox thing, like the hard, like classic style lunchbox that opens, it was red DuckTales lunchbox with thermos. Okay, this is how. Yes, that's what I have this very specific memory of just being in love with DuckTales as a first grader, and so that one is 100% nostalgia reasons. It's not a good movie.
That's fair.
Okay, it's not like a cinematic masterpiece, but man. Also,
is a good choice.
Yeah, that movie was so good, and it's thinking. I think Tim Curry is the bad guy in that movie. I'm pretty sure.
He is.
Yes, he is.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, where you find those people on? It's just like,
I know.
Oh, speaking of, no, that's
dude. Honey, I Shrunk the Kids is a Disney movie. What?
Is Muppets owned by Disney?
Yes, now they are. So Muppet Christmas Carol definitely counts.
Muppet Treasure Island is one of my all-time favorite movies.
I like Muppet Treasure Island.
I could watch.
Speaking with the Tim Curry.
He said Tim Curry, and that I could sit and watch that movie. That and of course Muppet Christmas Carol, but Muppet Treasure Island, like I could sit down any point in time and watch that film.
This is my island in the sun. Hoi, hoi. Hoi.
Every time. I just hearing Tim Curry's voice in that, and then especially as I'm older, like just hearing it and just like, is that Tim Curry? Like it's just like the perfect fit.
Yeah.
So
also, I'm taking another step back. I just realized looking at this list that Mighty Ducks and Hocus Pocus also Disney movies.
Oh,
so there's at least 3 live-action Disney movies that I like. They're still not in the top 10, but I'm saying
Mighty Ducks
more than I thought. The first Mighty Duck, all of them, but only the first. I'm only counting the first Mighty Ducks. Maybe the second.
I like the second one.
I do like the second one. I forgot about the second one. Not the third one though. I'll give the second one a pass. Not 3. Sorry, 3. Sorry.
I like the second one more. I think.
I don't know about more.
Just because it's the Kid Olympics.
His Kid Olympics is so goofy, you know.
So what? So do you know the comedian Aziz Ansari?
Yeah.
So he did a joke, and it's like he was playing with these he says a question, question and answer stuff, and he's like, so what's the most evil villain in Disney films? Some of you are saying Scar. You're wrong. It's the Iceland hockey team from Mighty Ducks 2, most evil villain in like cinema history.
I think it might be. I might go with the slaver dude from Pinocchio.
Yeah, he's pretty. You talk about dark.
And because he just Pinocchio escapes and he just keeps on turning kids into donkeys and selling them.
Yeah,
nothing bad happens.
Really dark.
Also, one more step back about how wrong I was about live action Disney movies. I discovered that Operation Dumbo Drop is on this list as well.
Oh yeah, I could watch that movie.
Oh man. I
definitely
saw that movie and bought it because I was like, Susan, you have to watch this. This is important.
So I remember
this is important history.
When that actually came out, you guys, I think you, like both of you and Dad, went to go see Apollo 13, and I think Mom, Mimi, and myself went to go to the theater next to you guys, and we watched Operation Dumbo Drop in theater.
We went into a movie theater with Dad.
Are you sure about this? It must have been like. I'm pretty sure it was just both of you. Or somebody. But I remember you guys going to see...
I cannot remember a time when Dad was in a movie theater.
Yeah.
I can. Colin, do you remember going to see the movie Norbit with Dad?
Oh my! Oh, we can't. No, we can't talk about
the movie. What?
We can't talk. We're not talking about this. We're not talking about Happy Place. Happy Place.
Yep.
Happy Place.
Yep.
Don't look that up, Brayden. Just.
I'm still looking at my Disney list. I'm just still looking.
It's not a Disney film for a reason.
There we go. Yeah, I don't remember. Is that the one with Eddie Murphy?
It is.
Okay. Say no more.
Yeah. That's the last I remember Dad taking us to a film.
I don't ever remember being in a movie theater with Dad ever.
I just remember you guys.
It was always Mom and memes. Always. Plus, I definitely saw Operation Dumbo Drop in the movie theater, so I don't know what that's about.
I remember going to see it, and I remember that's when Apollo 13 came out, because I remember seeing the film.
Now, I have a very distinct memory of this, and I wonder if you might be confusing this because you would have been 4 years old.
It could have been at the Palace Theater or something.
It wasn't at the Palace. It was on the battlefield in that Fremont Shopping Center. Do you know where it's down there by Wendy's? It's like a fitness center now, a fitness shop or something. That used to be a movie theater. Okay, so do you know where Just for Him is in the Fremont Shopping Center there?
Yes.
Okay, at the very east end of that, there's it's like a used fitness equipment store or something now. That was a movie theater a long time ago. Okay, we went in there. I think that's where we watched it because we did the summer movie thing. Right? And the theater next door was playing Apollo 13.
Yeah.
It was so loud when
because
went off that we could hear it in the theater next door.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
I think that's what has happened.
Yeah, I just remember Dumbo Drop, movie theater, and then just an insane amount of rumbling.
Yeah, that insane amount of rumbling was the theater that would have been on our right-hand side playing Apollo 13. When the rocket launched. That's what that was.
The truth comes out.
Yeah.
All of these years.
I remember that. I remember that. I have that memory of being in that movie and going, oh, what on earth is that noise? Oh my gosh. And it was enormous. But yes, that little thing on the end there was a small movie theater that had, 4 to 6 screens in it.
Whoa. Okay.
That was a movie theater. There used to be a lot more movie theaters just randomly about that we would go to. There was that one. There was one in the mall. That one was great. I missed that one a lot. I go there a lot.
That was really cool.
By the food court? Yeah.
Yeah.
That was wonderful.
Really cool, but it was cool.
I liked it because used to when Mom would go shopping with somebody else, whether her friends or whatever, she would just go, "Here's some money, buy." All right. So he would just be like, meet me at 4:00.
Yeah.
I don't want to see you till then. She didn't actually say that part, but it was implied.
Sure. Yeah, it was implied. It was implied. You must disappear.
Yeah. I'll see you. Come meet me here. What is that outside of Famous Bar? Let's be honest.
Yes.
Yeah. Meet me on this bench outside Famous Bar at 3:30. Okay. Bye. And we just would go. I would just go if one of my friends was there, if Colin was there or something. We just go wandering about the mall forever. It was awesome. I don't know, awesome, but it was fun because the mall used to have stuff in it. So you could do things because there was the arcade.
Yes.
And if you go way back, way back, You have the glory that was Aladdin's castle.
Yes.
I don't know if anybody else remembers that.
No, yep. I remember Aladdin's castle.
Right inside, right when you came inside the food court from that south door,
on the right-hand side.
It was on the right. It's like a Chinese place now or something.
Yes.
But right there was an enormous. Okay, maybe that's my small child brain thinking that, but in my mind, it was enormous.
Yeah.
Just this massive arcade. There was definitely stairs in it. There was like an upward ramp.
Yes.
With like carpet and stuff.
Okay, that is all coming back to me now.
It was and it was great.
Because I remember that, and then I remember they switched the when they kind of not renovated it, but when they switched the like food court and stuff around, and they put that arcade area over where kind of like it's over by the like kind of where it is now. I think they're still
now.
But I remember
they didn't switch it. Aladdin Castle closed for a while.
Yeah.
And there was nothing. And then they opened that other one down on what was that, Sears down there? By Sears. That had the laser tag and the arcade stuff and the weird like roller coaster simulator thingy.
Simulator, yep.
I remember
the big blue thing.
Laser tag, and I remember going to like I wanted to do that more than anything was on that simulator. It was just like a big blue box.
Because that was one of the things that later, when I got older, and Mom would still do that, we would go and play laser tag, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes, or go to a movie, because the movies weren't that bad in the mall.
Yeah.
We just go and be like, oh, hey, here's this random movie playing. It's short. I can be at time. I'll go watch this movie, and then go meet Mom later. While she was shopping, and I was in the movie theater hanging out. Like, yeah, that was awesome.
Ta-da.
Or buying candy at Mr. Bulky's.
Ooh, yeah.
And totally not sneaking any of that candy into the movie theater.
No, it's not allowed. It's
definitely
not allowed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No one would ever do that.
Yeah. I mean, it was not, it was just a shame cargo shorts were just at fashion and just happened to have conveniently sized pockets for candy.
For all of the candy.
Yeah.
Which is why I still wear cargo shorts.
That's true. That's true.
And because I have kids. But anyway.
Also. Yeah, because like you knew that the candy people knew too. Because like when you brought all your candy up just in one bag, they just kind of like look at you and be like, $3, dude. It's like, okay, bye.
Gotta go right now.
Gotta go. It was like, there's no reason that you would have Runts and M&Ms and Reese's all in the same bag unless you were trying to sneak it into the movie theater.
Yep.
And then it was like a surprise, right? You're expecting an M&M, you get a banana Runt. Oh no.
It's just not exactly what you're going for, but maybe on the next try you'll get the M&M.
Yeah, it was something else. But yeah, that was
my gosh. Well, I have a lot of things to watch on my list now. I've got to get some stuff queued up in Plex and get on Disney Plus and just.
You're welcome.
Go do that.
Just Robin Hood.
Just one. Yeah, of course. Now I have those songs in my head right now.
I quote that movie all the time. Like I just do like anytime something. Like, anytime I'm mildly flustered, I'll just be like, "Oh, mommy, mom."
and I say oodalolly.
It's fine.
Oh, I did say that.
I've been known to say oodalolly as well.
I say that a lot.
What was the movie I listed? I can't remember now.
You listed a lot.
I know. But there is one that's like very. I almost said musically inclined, but that's almost every Disney.
Oliver and Company.
Oliver and Company. But yeah, I did say that. But there was another movie that I was singing the other day, and I'm like, oh, it's still with me.
Yeah. The power of song compels you.
But like, that was another thing. Like I was listening to like the radio, driving back, and my voice clearly sounds like it's going through puberty again. And throughout the entire week, I was like, I'm not going to sing. I'm not going to speak much. I'm going to save my voice. And then I heard that song, and I'm like, oh, I could totally sing. And then like the first few notes is like, and I'm like, oh, never mind. Gross.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It happens. It's okay.
Yeah.
You can't have the power of Disney is strong, right? You can't. It's undeniable.
Yeah. The new Star Wars movie comes out on the 20th.
Yes,
I just remembered that.
Mm-hmm.
And only seen 75 trailers today for that.
And actually, right now, you can go watch the new Grand Tour episode before it drops tomorrow officially.
Oh, really?
Oh, seriously? Oh.
Yes, it is on right now. In the US, they always release it Thursday.
Oh, it's right on Thursday.
Yeah, instead of Fridays.
Oh no.
So I just realized that. So it's speaking of things to watch, and we'll talk to you guys next week.
That sounds good.